Hey y'all, it's DBR back for another video. And judging by the title, you guys already know what this video is going to be about. So, without further ado, let's get into it because I don't have any time to waste. If you are new here, welcome. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification because you will not be disappointed. So you can get notified every time I upload a video. So, it gives me great pleasure to make this video. I don't want to start a storm or anything like that. I'm pretty sure my words will already, like as it is. But I just feel like it needs to be said for the greater good of the people, for the Republic, as Olivia Pope would say. I feel like there's a whole lot of praise and a whole lot of recognition to all the beauty bloggers out there. Not hating. Y'all go ahead and do y'all thing. But I feel like if you are going to put forth this information to people all around the globe, it needs to be the correct kind of information, and you need to know your you need to know a little bit about your chemistry, and you need to know about the way that things work when you put heat on them, and synthetic bonds and synthetic fibers and all of that, and really know how to work with them, work with heat, all of that. Like, I don't quite trust the information that you guys are putting out there to the general public. You guys are not qualified to do this job. Most of you guys are not. Some of you guys that are, more power to you, but I feel honestly and truly some of you guys need to brush up on your skills and try a little harder, because what you guys are out here telling people to and how to style their wigs and their extensions and their no, honey, all of it is a no, a major no. And perhaps you would know better had you actually gone to school and to learn these things. Me as a licensed cosmetologist and an esthetician and a licensed barber and a licensed massage therapist and licensed in all things beauty, I've taken the time, lots and lots of years of my life, and put towards, this training. So I know a thing or two about how to properly execute a look without damaging the design of the hair. Like, I see so many of you guys take the hair out of pack, and after it's been on your head for 2-3 minutes, the intended style is completely gone. That's not what you're supposed to be out here teaching them. You're not, I mean, each his own. Everybody's going to do what they're going to do with their own unit and yada yada. But if they're going to spend money and they want it to look good, they want it to look natural, they don't want it to look wiggy, there's a way for you guys to do it that perhaps you guys don't even really consider, because everybody's doing it in regards to what looks good to them, which is fine. It's very subjective. It's a very subjective and controversial topic to even be discussing, because everybody does it differently. But you have a lot of these people out here copying what you're doing verbatim, and it's not correct. It's not the correct technique that you should be using. And like I said, I don't expect you guys to know any better, because you don't know any better, because you're not certified, you're not licensed, you're not trained in any way. I don't expect you to know these things. But with you guys putting 350 degrees on the top of the wig to delete the hump action, which is really put there for the style of the wig and to give it volume, and if you see the stock card and you see that it has a ton of volume, and you don't like that, or you feel like it would have hump action that you're not really for, then buy wigs that work for you. Don't see the stock card, know it's going to be an issue, know it's going to have hump action, and buy it with every intent to ruin its intended style, and then promote it for the company and it not look right. That's why synthetic wigs don't last long for these individual people that I am speaking about. is because you guys ruin them in the first 10 minutes of your review video, and then later on down the line they don't last. I have wigs that have lasted me for well over 5 to 6 years, and they're synthetic, and they're still in their original curl pattern. Why? Because I take care of my stuff, A. 2, because I know what I'm doing, and I don't feel the need to be so quick to flatten out the humps. I don't even know what that means, to be honest with you. I really don't know what that means, because it's there. That hump is there because it's a part of the design, and you guys totally ruin completely the design of the hair, and I just don't get it. Like, then you want to say that it's too pricey, like whatever the hair is, it's far too pricey for you to be asking for such a large coin when they don't last as long as they should. They don't last as long as they should because you don't do it correctly. You don't do what you're supposed to do to maintain it, to make it last. But all of you guys are getting praise and recognition, and you know, all these people are following in y'all's footsteps out here looking like clowns. You have them look like clowns out here in the streets. So I've seen a lot of bad wig jobs in my day, and I work with wigs on a regular day-to-day basis like Tokyo Styles does. It's my thing. It's my area of expertise. So, like how some people, and you guys may not know this because you guys are not qualified, there are areas in which you can specialize in. Like, some people specialize in cutting, some people specialize in coloring. I specialize in wigs, weaves, and extensions. That's my specialty, as well as coloring. Cutting, maybe not so much. But those two are special courses that you can go and take and, you know, get certified in those and get paid more for doing that service because it's something that you have extensive training in. You guys are wig junkies, and you know, from wiggy to wiggy, you don't know what you're doing. You don't. And the fact that I'm here as a professional male and can do it better than you, that's a problem. That is a problem. And I'm not really throwing shade, and I'm not trying to throw shade or anything like that. I just really feel like before you put out all this content to the world, and it might be a little too late, but it's never too late to fix what you're doing wrong. Do a little research on how to do it properly, or how to do it the professional way, because people are going to copy what you're doing verbatim, and if it doesn't work for them, or if they do it incorrectly, or if they put too much heat and then it makes the top half silky and the rest is yucky, say that the texture is this. And I've seen a lot of people take yucky textured wigs, flatten out the top is now silky because you done deleted the texture or burned it, and the rest of it is yucky. Now when you go to wash that hair and those pieces that are burnt start falling out, and then you have a case of alopecia on the top of your wig, then you want to go back to the beauty influencer and you want to yell at them and tell them that, you know, they're wrong and yada yada. Well, I feel like to some regard, the consumer or the watcher is one to blame, but as well as the person giving out that information, because had they knew what they were doing, that wouldn't have happened. And I see it all the time. And I feel like unless you are 100% sure that there is no risk of fallout, there is no risk of anything going wrong, if you stand behind your methods 100%, you know, a lot of people are like, it works for me, so yeah. But you're giving this information to people who don't know all that they should. and you're not going to be standing there with them when they do it. So they go spend money, whatever the hair cost, ruin it, then whose fault is it? So my issue is, I don't believe that even though YouTube is a free platform, I think it should be illegal. It should be against the law for people that are not qualified to be giving tips, tricks, all of that to the general population. Because to me, somebody who spent years of training and has licensing to do this and to give out information and tips and tricks, even if they're not the best, even if they don't work for everyone, there's still a book. There's still a book. There's still a protocol. There's still a company. There's still a history. There's still a line of education behind me. And my credentials and my knowledge is something that nobody could ever take away to back up the things that I say, even if it's not the greatest. You get that? You understand that? So I feel like there should be laws that get put in place. I think that there should be guidelines, especially for places like this, YouTube. That's like somebody making a video about how to effectively commit suicide, and then 12,000 people do it. Or how to treat a certain diagnosis, but you're not a doctor. I don't feel like that should be able to happen. I don't think that that should be allowed. I think that there needs to be guidelines, there needs to be rules, and this goes for everyone. This goes for Gladys, Is That Your Hair? This goes for Hearts and Cake 90. This goes for everyone, all the beauty gurus that I feel butcher these companies' hair, and the fact that they're being paid for promotionals is absolutely crazy. It's ludicrous to me when I see them ruin 85% of their hair, like straight out of the pack. But to me, it's ruined. To them, it looks better than what it looked like when it got out of the pack. It looks better than the way that it was intended for the customer. See where I'm going? Everyone can change, alter, do whatever you want with things that you purchase. That's not the debate. But people want to see the style. People see the hype, that there's hype about something. You guys bought it for a reason, but yet the minute you get it, you alter it. And then it looks so totally unrecognizable from what it once was. Because you guys want to put your stamp on everything. And sometimes your stamp doesn't always look too good. Okay? It's kind of like mastering a signature. Sometimes it just looks like chicken scratch. It is what it is. And I feel like for a lot of African American people, when I see them applying all this excessive heat to the top of the hair to delete the hump action, like I was saying, what about the people that have naturally thick hair like myself, who no matter how much heat you put on it, it's not going to lay flat? Like my best friend's hair, it's not going to lay flat. I do hair all day long. That's my job. And there are some people who have naturally thick, coarse hair like this. And I can guarantee you, it doesn't look like this in 10 minutes. It doesn't. And this, what they would consider to be hump action, oh, that looks so unrealistic. It looks so... No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And when they tell you that, they sound like fools. When it's flat to the ground, like flat, like paper flat, that looks unrealistic. Because what you're doing is, you're putting an illusion to the eye. It's an illusion. And when you look at the top of the head, and you see that it's going straight back, and flat like that, it's like you're taking a side of the earth, and taking a razor and just deleting it. or taking a knife and just chopping off the top of the earth. Like, it looks so it's just, I don't even want to say unnatural, because that's too basic of a word. It looks ludicrous. It looks absurd. And then what kills me is it's not just flat up here, it's flat to about here, especially on the curly or wavy units, and then you see the curls and the waves. That doesn't look good. That's not a good look. It looks like you're wearing a hat and then the rest of the hair. Volume starts from the top. That's why they call it volume in the first place. So if you delete that, you've deleted the whole premise to the style. Very simple. There's a way for you to camouflage, there's a way for you to tweeze, there's a way for you to tweak it, and for it to still look real. Absolutely. But going about it by totally destroying the manufactured look is not it either, sweetie. It's not. But that all goes back to what I said a few minutes ago. I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to come on here and quote the law. I'm not going to come on here and quote the Ten Commandments. I'm not coming on here and giving you guys a diagnosis. I'm not coming on here and cooking a gourmet meal for you guys, because those are not my fields. That's not what it's not what I went to school for. That's not what I trained for. I have no right to do that. That's not, it's just not. So, if it's cosmetology related, if it's beauty related, I have every right to do that. I have every right. Because I've spent time, money, and dedication to have all that I have up here, to be able to give to the American people, and even people who are not in America. Hell, I don't know. Everybody watches YouTube. But I feel like if you do not have those same qualifications, you should say zip about nothing. Don't say spit, speak, or spaghetti about anything that you do not know about. Oh, I've been doing hair my whole life, and I've been yada, 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 yada. Where's your license? Where's your license? Could you do hair in a salon? Could you physically go and get a job at a salon? No. You want to know why? Because they tell you it's illegal. Because according to state laws, you are not equipped. Period. So, this can gain traction. This can... I don't really care where it goes, to be honest with you. And I don't give a damn who sees it and who's offended by it. Because it is what it is. Go get a license. Then you can tell the American people what they should do with their money, with the hair in which they purchase. Go get a license. Then when you get a license, then come on here and share your tips. But make sure they're the correct tips, because some of the tips that you're giving them, this goes for all the beauty gurus. Unless I'm specifically excluding some of you, this goes for all of you at this moment. Don't do it. Don't do it. The fact that you guys even have credibility at all is the funny part. That's all I had to say. So, Stay perfectly imperfect, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.